सुख में इन्वेस्ट सब करे, दुख में करे ना कोई। सुख में इन्वेस्ट सब करे, दुख में करे ना कोई। जो दुख में इन्वेस्ट करे, प्रॉफिट उसी को होई।
अर्थात
टू नो व्हाट आई मीन, डू चेक द कंप्लीट वीडियो। Hi guys, this is Anurag and I welcome you all to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to talk about one of the most important questions, that when I should enter into the market and when I should exit from the market, when I should buy and when I should sell. So if you ask me personally that what do you prefer in order to handle the volatility of the stock market, so I just prefer long term investing, but still there are lots of people who just follow the technical analysis, or who just do many sort of technical who just use basically many sort of technical indicator in order to predict the market. But just believe me that even though you have utilized your 100% of your mind that the market are going to do this or the market will pretend to do that, it might be possible that you may turn wrong. It is impossible to time the market, or it is impossible to predict the market 100% accurately. But still, if we look into the history, or if we look into the various technical parameters, there are lots of people who are just earning millions and millions of rupees just by doing the intraday trading or by short selling using various technical indicator parameters, and they are earning a huge amount of money, but on the same time they are even losing their money, definitely. But in this video we are not going to talk about when to buy and when to sell the shares, but we are going to discuss that when to buy and when to sell the mutual fund, especially the index fund. And why index fund? Because to understand the things, to understand the philosophy behind this, because it is a easy thing to understand rather than taking some other mutual fund who is not a replica of our index. So in this video we are going to talk about when to buy and when to sell the mutual fund, especially the index fund, and how much can I earn if I time the market correctly. The stock markets are volatile, and since they are volatile, they are rewarding as well. But in order to deal with this volatility, there are mainly three things. The first one is the systematic investment plan, the second one is investing for a long term, and the third one is timing the market perfectly. Why SIP is a tool in order to handle the volatility? Like for an example, systematic investment plan is nothing but investing some sort of money in a mutual fund on a monthly basis, or on a quarterly basis, or on a half yearly basis, without applying the human intelligence. Like most of the people, what they are doing, they are just trying to modify their SIPs according to the market. Like if the markets are very bullish, they are decreasing their SIP, and if the markets are just bearish, they are increasing the SIP. On the vice versa case is also possible, that if the markets are in all time high, they are increasing their SIP, and if the markets are very fallen, they are decreasing the SIP, or they are withdrawing from that SIP. But why I do not want you to follow this tradition? Because of the two main reasons. The first one is, let us consider that if the markets are very fallen, that is the sentiment of the market is very negative. So in that case, the share prices of the company are just below par. I mean, they are just trading at a very cheap prices. So ideally that should be the correct time in order to enter the market, but most of the people are just selling because they are thinking that it might be possible that the market can go even more down. So what I want you to do is, instead of decreasing your SIP when the market is completely fallen, increase your SIP. Why I am just telling you that? Like for an example, let us look into the Nifty chart. Like in 2008 Jan 2, the market where the Nifty basically was at 6179. So if you are consistently investing into the stock market in the form of the SIP, so ideally you should have invested at that point also. But when the markets are fallen, like in December 10 2008, the markets were at 2928, so you have also invested at that point of time. So this 2928 by now have grown to 13,000, but the money which you have invested when the markets were in peak, that is where the markets were around 6,000 level, so that has also grown to 13,000. But what I want to say that the money which you have invested when the markets were completely fallen, that has grown many more times than when the markets, than the money which you have invested when the markets were in all time high. Similarly, you can also see that during before the coronavirus time, that is in January, the markets were trading at around 12,000, but in March 25 the markets were trading at around 8,300 levels. So if you were continuously doing your SIP, so the money which you have invested at 8,000 level have grown to 13,000 right now, and the money which you have invested at 12,000 have also grown to 13,000 now. This is similar to an example like, if I able to buy 2 toffees worth rupees 100, then when the markets are fallen, I am able to buy 10 toffees or 15 toffees worth rupees 100. So definitely I am earning when the markets are very fallen and when I am investing at that point of time. So this is the first reason why you should not modify your SIP, because timing the market is definitely not possible, because most of the people have might not ever think that this coronavirus thing will come and the markets will fall and they will lose such type of money. But had you kept some sort of patience and have invested at all sort of level, then the averaging thing will take and you must have got a huge amount of return at that point of time. The second reason why I believe that you should not modify your SIP in the bull run, or when the sentiment of the markets is completely positive, or when the share prices of the company are just touching peaks and peaks, is because you can never predict that when the markets are just going to fall. So if you had stopped your SIP, or if you have modified your SIP, then it might be possible that you end up making losses, because just try to remember this fact that a 12th man cannot hit a century. Why I want to tell that? Because if you want to earn from the stock market, if you want to gain a huge amount of corpus, then you should have to be kept invested into the stock market, because if you are out from the stock market, then you are nowhere in the verge of hitting a century or earning a huge amount of profit. So just be invested into the stock market. Do not make the fresh investment in the form of the lump sum, but continue your SIP. So this is the first reason why this is the first point why I believe that the SIP is a tool in order to handle the volatility of the stock market. That is, without applying your mind, just keep invested into the mutual fund which you are investing, and definitely when the things will average out, you will get a decent amount of return varying from 15 to 18% if you have invested in the index. Before discussing the second point, that is the long term investing and the timing of the market, I just want to discuss the two terms, that is the bull run and the bear run. After watching the scam 1992, most of the people might know that what is the bull run and what is the bear run mean. And but for the people who just don't know that what these two terms means, the bull run basically means the sentiments of the market is completely positive and more people are just willing to invest into the stock market, and the share prices of the company are just hitting top and top. They are in their 52 weeks high, or they are in the verge of hitting the 52 weeks high. That is, the share prices are, basically you can tell that the share prices of the company have rose in case of the bull market. Whereas in case of the bear market, it basically means the sentiment of the market is very negative. No one is willing to invest into the stock market. All of the people are just telling that stock market is not good, or you should keep, or you should not invest into the stock market. And this is the thing which I was telling in the very first part of the video, that is sukh mein invest sab kare, dukh mein kare na koi. So that sukh mein invest part is the bull market and dukh mein invest part is the bear market. But ideally what I am telling, that you should invest in the bear market, or when the people are afraid of investing into the stock market, because that is the time you will get the things at a cheaper price. And you should exit from the stock market when the markets are in the bull run. But the question is, how will you know that what the market sentiments are? Either they are bullish or they are bearish. So for that, what the company used to do is, like, in a bull run, the company just launches their IPO. Like many companies just come into the market and they just launch their IPOs. Now what this IPO means? IPO basically means the initial public offering, and this term I will definitely discuss into the more details when I will talk into the consideration of the stock market class. But just for now, just try to understand that this is the mean by which a company raises fund from the public. That is, me and you can invest into their company and can gain a partial shareholding or a partial ownership into their company. So me and you are getting an opportunity to be the shareholder of that company, and the company is asking fund from us, and definitely they are not going to pay any sort of interest. But if the company is performing well, so whatever the money which we have invested, they will grow in the matter of the capital appreciation. So I hope this IPO thing is clear, and how you can apply into this IPO, what are the things that you should take into the consideration while applying into the IPO, what basically the IPO is, why the company raises fund from us, why they are not raising the fund from the banks and all. So these all things we will discuss in the stock market classes, but just for now, just try to understand that this is the way in which the company raises fund from me and you. So in case of the bull market, many companies just try to launch their IPO, and many big companies launches their IPO, and the worth of that IPO may vary from 10,000 crores or 15,000 crore, even 20,000 crore. See, the IPO size may vary as per company. Like there are many companies who are just willing to raise only 100 crore from the market, so they can launch their IPO at any point of time. But if a big company wants to launch their IPO, so the sentiment of the market should be positive, and in that case only their IPO will be subscribed. Because if the market sentiment are negative, so how come the people will go and invest into their company? So the prime thing which you should keep into your mind, that whenever you hear such type of news that a company is launching its biggest IPO in the India, or many companies are just willing to launch their IPO, so that is the phase when you should remember that the markets are very bullish. So in my examples, I will discuss the 5 biggest IPO which have ever hit into the Indian stock market, and we will focus on our prime philosophy, that whenever you hear such type of news that IPO worth rupees 10,000 crore or worth rupees 15,000 crore is just hitting into the market, so at that point of time you need to sell your investment. And if you are hearing the news that the market is very bearish, no one is willing to invest into the stock market, so at that point of time you need to invest into the stock market. And see, this is just an example where I will show you that how the things are exactly happening. Ideally you should keep your SIPs on, but you can have some sort of money so that you can see that how the things are exactly happening, like entering into the stock market or exiting from the stock market as per the market sentiments, that how much you can earn if you go into the flow of the market sentiment. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this example. So the top 5 IPO of India according to the size and according to the date I have arranged. Like the first one is ONGC, and the size of the IPO was 10,534 crore, and the date which it has hit into the market, that was 2004 5th March. The second one is Reliance Power, that worth rupees 11,700 crore, that came into the market in 2008. The third one is Coal India Limited, that accounts to 15,200 crore. The fourth one is General Insurance Corporation, that was 11,256 crore, and the last one is SBI Card and Payment Service, that the size of the IPO was 10,355 crore. So ideally you should take your money out when you hear such type of news that these IPO are hitting into the market. So if you look into the second point, that is the long term way in order to handle the volatility. So the Nifty was started from 1000 point, and now the Nifty is at 13,000 points. So if you are not willing to invest your mind into the stock market, then also you are earning a return of around 13 times if you have invested in the Nifty since 1000 point. That is, the Nifty was started at around I guess 1999, and at that point of time the Nifty was at 1000 point, and now the Nifty is at 13,000 point. So you could easily have gained 13 times return had you invested at 1000 level. That is, if you have invested 1 lakh, so the amount right now which you must be having is 13 lakh. If you have invested 10 lakh, so it would accounts to 1.3 crore. So this is the second way in order to deal with the volatility. But right now we are just going to see that if we are into the flow of the market sentiment, then how much we can earn. So for that, when the ONGC IPO hit into the market, so that was 5th March 2004, and the Nifty was started at around let's say 1999, and I am just taking the 1st January 2000. So ideally you should have to buy at this 1000 level, that is when the Nifty was at 1000 level, and sell when the ONGC IPO have hit into the market. So at that point of time the Nifty was at 1860. So for the ease of the calculation, we have just taken 1800 point. So your money have increased by 1.8 times. That is, if you have invested 1 lakh, so by the time of the ONGC IPO, your money have grown to 1.8 lakh, and that is the point when you should sell your investment. So in the 1st of June 2004, the market was trading at around 1505 point, and again for the ease of calculation we have taken 1500 point. Just try to keep 100% attention right here, that whatever the things I am just telling, it will barely take 2 minutes to understand, but this is a life learning thing. So and when the IPO of Reliance Power came into the market, that is the market were at around 6100 point, but again for the ease of calculation I have taken 6000. So your investment have grown 4 times. So whatever you have earned by 5th March 2004, so again invest that same amount on 1st of June 2004, that is 1.8 lakh invested, and just take your money out when the Reliance Power IPO have came into the market, and by the time your money have grown by 4 times, that is 1.8 into 4, that accounts to 7.2 lakh. Again when the markets have very fallen, that is 1st of November 2008, when the markets were at around 2850 point, so we have taken 2500 point for the ease of our calculation, and sell when the Coal India IPO have hit into the market, that is on 18th October 2010, and at that point the Nifty was around 6012, and for the ease of calculation again we have taken 6000. So your investment have grew by 2.5 times, that is 7.2 lakh have grown to 18 lakh by the time of Coal India IPO. Again in 1st of January 2010, when the markets were very fallen, ideally you should have invested at that point of time, that is completely 18 lakh you should invest on Nifty on 1st of December 2010, and by the time the General Insurance Corporation have hit into the market, that is the market were around 10,240 points. So your investment have just doubled. So 18 lakh have just doubled by 2 times, that is now at 13th of October 2017 our investment accounts to 36 lakh right now. And the last IPO which I want to discuss is the SBI Card and Payment Service IPO. That is, ideally you should have buyed at 2018 March and sell when SBI Card IPO hit into the market, that is the 5th largest IPO which have hit into our country. So at that point of time you would have make a profit of only 1.02 times. So you can see that even though it might be possible that you time the market correctly, but it may not turns to 100% correct. So again you just need to buy when the markets are very fallen, that is during the COVID time, 25th March 2020, that when the Nifty was at around 8500 point, and by the time now, that is now the Nifty is 13,000, so your investment have grew by 1.5 times. So had you timed the market correctly, had you timed the market in all the dates which I have just revealed as the history suggests, so your 1 lakh have grown to 55 lakh. That is just tremendous well. Like if you are just doing nothing, so at that point of time your 1 lakh have grown to 13 lakh. So if you are applying your mind at the correct time, so your investment have the potential to grow to 55 lakh. So in just due course of 20 years you are able to earn 55 lakh from the market. Let us consider an example that now you are at age of 20, so you have invested 1 lakh, and by the age of 40 your investment have grown up by 55 lakh. That is the things we have discussed in the similar fashion, and our market do have the potential to repeat the cycle. That is, you might have heard that the markets are cyclical, it just repeat the past event. So let us consider another 20 year if you have invested into the market. So by that time your 55 lakh would have grown to 30.2 crore, and by any chance if you just lived by the age of 80 years, so your investment have the potential to grow at 1660 crore. That is the mind boggling amount. Like you might have heard that Warren Buffett have accumulated 90% of his wealth after the age of 60. So definitely if you are just timing the market and if you are investing into the market for a long time, then it is definitely possible that you can earn a huge amount of corpus. But it might be possible that you end up get nothing, that if your dates are not as perfectly timed as I have discussed, so it might be possible that you may incur some sort of loss. And there is a bonus part also. Like we all know that what the Nifty 50 means, like all the 50 companies, and after that all the 50 companies which are just below the top 50 companies, they are called as the next 50 company. So if you do this sort of calculation taking the consideration of Nifty next 50, so in just due course of 10 years it has given a return of 30 times. Like the investment have grown up by 30 times. So if you have invested 1 lakh by the age of your 20, so by the age of 30 the amount have grown by 30 lakh, and by the age of 40 the amount have grown again by 30 times, that is 9 crore. By the age of 50 it have grown to 270 crore. By the age of 60 it has grown to 8100 crore, and by the age of 80 it will grow to basically 2,43,000 crore. That is half the wealth of Mukesh Ambani. So if you are investing in just next 50, that is the Nifty next 50, so you have the potential to earn this sort of amount. But see, these are just the hypothetical example. What I want to show you in the complete video, that if you are timing the market correctly, then definitely the reward are just tremendous. But as I am telling from the very beginning part of the video, that it is impossible to time the market, because now just take the example for just right now only. Like no one have ever expected that the market could grow to the level of 13,000, even though we don't have COVID-19 vaccine, but still the markets are not falling. So you can never time the market correctly, but most of the people just are worried that when to buy and when to sell. So if you are able to do these sort of things, so definitely you can earn a huge amount of return, and you could definitely handle the volatility of the stock market. So I hope you have liked this content, and in this video I have discussed example just in order to show you that how the things are happening here. So based on your risk appetite and based on the capital you are having, may it be 10,000 or may it be 1 lakh or may it be 10 lakh, you can definitely experiment from that sort of money, and in order to gain a huge amount of return if you want to actively participate into the stock market. But just a recommendation from my side, that keep your investing as boring as possible, because the ordinary things have the potential to grow an extraordinary return if done on a correctly basis. That is, if you are investing via SIP or if you are investing into the stock market for long time, so these are the two things which do have the potential to create an enormous amount of return. But these two things are very ordinary things. But in case of the stock market, these two things have the potential to grow your money by many times. So I hope you have liked this video, and if you have enjoyed the content, then do consider liking this video, subscribing my channel and sharing with your friends and relatives as well. Till then, take very special care of yourself, be masked, be safe, and Jai Hind, bye bye.